Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Oh, make sure you stay muted. Hi, hello, Mackenzie, Luna, Kathy's here, Michelle, Kyla. Hi, everybody. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Let me hit start. I got to share. We got some stuff to do, man. I'm so excited to be here with you all. It really is such a privilege and a pleasure for me to be able to present this information and to walk you guys through what automation can do inside of your business. So hi, Douglas. Hi, everybody. Let me go ahead and share screen. Hi. And we'll get started. Scroll all the way up here. Thanks, everybody, for being on time. You guys are awesome. All right. Now I want to do a lot of engagement. Chat your questions in. If you think of them, I'll answer them as we're going through, and keep an eye on the chat. Yeah, you ready? Ready to get started? Let's do this. All right. So hi there. Welcome to Automation Momentum Bootcamp. This is really exciting. I am still getting set up. There we go. It's always something, y'all. It's all good though. Welcome to Automation Momentum Bootcamp. You're here today because you want to automate your business. You want a way for your business to run and live without you tethered to it every single minute of every day, right? You want a way to make money that doesn't require your every thought, your every move, and your most precious resource, your time. Maybe you're thinking about passive income in your existing business. Maybe you're building out multiple revenue streams, or maybe you're just getting up and running, and that to-do list is piling up on top of you like a never-ending list of time-sucking tasks. And you want to know, how do you get out from underneath this mountain of to-dos, but still manage to get it all done, and not have the added expense of paying multiple employees or multiple contractors to do all of that work for you? Am I right? Comment in the chat. Great. Where's my chat? I need to see you guys. Where's my chat stuff? Hold on. We're getting there. Chat. There you are. All right. I love interaction, you guys. I have to have it. Yes, Kathy says you're so right. Reclaim your time. Amen. Very cool. Very good. So today I'm going to show you an insider look at exactly how I use automation to grow my agency to over $400,000 in revenue, and how you can use the same tools and strategies I teach clients every single day to manufacture time and manifest dollars inside of your business. I'm going to actually unpack the exact methodology and framework I use to build new offerings, launch programs, get more leads, and convert those leads into new and repeat customers every single day. And we're going to talk about the #1 business mistake that every business owner makes, whether you're using automation or not. And I'll show you how simple and how easy it is to completely avoid those mistakes. If you ever wondered, like, what's the secret sauce in business? Or gosh, I know everybody seems like they've all got it figured out except for me. I'm going to teach you how to completely blow your competition out of the water with this easy methodology and framework. Sound good? Comment in the chat. I need that feedback, you guys. It's still, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like it's still kind of early for me. Awesome. Good to have you all. Thank you. So we're going to make sure that you are capitalizing on every possible opportunity to get yourself and your business ahead of the game, ahead of your competition. And I know that it's possible because my business is living proof that automation can get you there. Does that sound good to everybody? Give me some feedback. Kathy had a 4 a.m. call. Gosh, so sorry. This is such good stuff, you guys. I cannot wait to go through this training with you because automation is my jam. I've been doing this for 10 years. I love it so much. I've seen how automation can literally change businesses and change lives. I'm talking about the kind of life-changing and business-changing stuff that can create 10,000, 30,000, or even $100,000 plus months with minimal effort on your part. And you can do what you love while doing what you're great at, while having an impact on the world and still getting all of that stuff done. Does that sound amazing? That's right. Now, I'm not saying by any means, I'm not saying this by any means that I'm trying to like brag to you. I'm simply saying this because I want you to know what's possible for yourself. And I know that if you start doing this, I know if you start doing these like things a little bit differently and you're very strategic about your actions that I'm going to show you here today, then there really is not too much of a secret other than you can turn a few dollars into thousands. You can close more clients. You can make a better impact. You can build long-lasting relationships with your clients and customers. And with your leads, you can take payments in your sleep. You can close more sales, all because of the power of automation. And once you get a taste of the impact that automation can have in your life and your business, believe me, you're going to want more. Am I right? Who's excited? Kathy says, love payments in my sleep. Whew, girl, me too. Me too. So here's the deal. Over the last 10 years, I've spoken to literally thousands of entrepreneurs. And the big thing that they all seem to have in common is they're not making the kind of money that they desire, right? I'm sure a lot of us can relate to this. They're stressed out and working tons of hours. And most of the hours that they're working are spent on that little stuff, the minutia, all of those soul-sucking tasks and details, the follow-up, the data, the details that can literally drive a person mad. I don't know about you. I love numbers. I appreciate numbers. I need numbers in my business. I am not a numbers person. And they get stuck in the weeds of their business for literally hours a day. There's no time to actually spend building the business, growing the business, creating something new, because you're just playing catch up. You're just trying to keep everything running. You don't have any time to build something new. Am I right? Now, give me a comment if that sounds like you. And honestly, it's okay to admit it here, because this was me just 2 years ago. I'm sure sacrificing everything was not what you signed up for when you started your business, but the reality is you need to be working smarter, not harder, right? Can I get an amen for that? The only way to truly leverage your skills and strengths is to use automation to do the rest. Fill in those gaps to do the tasks that you don't want to do, the tasks that you don't need to be spending your precious time on, right? Michelle knows, Kathy knows. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you here today. So let me shine a spotlight on what you're already great at and amplify that, and leave the rest of it, all those things that take up your time, leave the rest of it to automation, right? So imagine this. Imagine your business as it is right now, where there's a direct connection between the time that you spend in your business and the money that you make, literally trading dollars for hours. Now, imagine if you have to take a vacation. Imagine needing a sick day. Imagine, your kid is quarantined or out of school or something happens. What does that mean for your business? Time off equals no money, because when you have that teeter-totter of trading dollars for hours, it's one or the other. It's never truly balanced. And that's what we got into business for, right? Because when the money you make is tied to the time There it is. When the money you make is tied to the time that you take, you can only grow so much because there's only so many hours in the day, right? Simple math, 24 hours. A few of those we have to sleep. A few of those we have to eat. A few of those maybe you spend with your family, hopefully you like your family. And the rest of it, we usually work because that's what it takes to grow a business. But when the money you make is tied to let me repeat that. When the money that you make is tied to the time that you take, you can only grow so much because there's so many hours. There's only so many hours in the day. It really is simple math. But when you leverage the power of automation to take 40, 50, 60, even 90% or more of that work off your plate, suddenly taking that vacation and making money at the same time is not only feasible, it's inevitable, and it's easy. This is what I teach every single day inside of my Automation Momentum Starter Kit, and I'll share a little bit more about that later. So I want to tell you, I took a 15-month maternity leave, which is literally unheard of, right? Like I think in the US, it's typically 3 months, maybe 4 months if you're lucky. Sometimes it depends on your employer. As entrepreneurs, we feel like this pull towards our business, like we can't take any time off. I took a 15-month maternity leave, you guys, in part by choice and in part because of COVID and we didn't have childcare. It's a whole nother story. But guess what? My business not only survived, it thrived. We tripled our revenue in less than 9 months, and literally in less of the time that it took me to be pregnant, our revenue grew exponentially, and it truly is because of the power of automation. And I'm going to show you all of that right now, but first, I need you to agree with me on these things. Can we all agree on this? I need you to be present here today during our time together. I need you to stay till the end, because I'm going to be giving away a very special VIP box that's going to include a 1-hour one-on-one session with me to go through anything in your business that you want and anything that I can help with, plus a delicious gift box of some yummy treats. There it is. I'm so bad at slides, you guys. Please forgive me. And complimentary access to the program that I just launched last month, the Momentum Launch Formula, where I go through Kathy wants to know what yummy food. It's a box of brownies, and they're literally like the greatest brownies. But if brownies aren't your jam, like we can totally work something out. So you get complimentary access to the Momentum Launch Formula. Love brownies, yes. Which is the program that I just launched last month, and it teaches you all about Facebook ads and how to use automation in conjunction with Facebook ads and it's the exact system that I used for my first launch to bring in over 250 leads into my last program. So I'm going to teach you and show you all of that, and you literally, like, it's a $497 program that sells on my website every day. You'll get free access to that, an Amazon gift card, some yummy brownies, and a one-on-one with me just for staying till the end. One of you guys are going to get that. So stay with me, be present, turn off Facebook, put away WhatsApp, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're here and you're fully present with me, because I don't want you to miss out on anything. And I promise that if you stay with me to the end, you stay present and you pay attention, I'm going to deliver the goods. I'm going to teach you things that can blow your mind and your bank account up. Sound good? Give me some yeses, you guys. I feed off of those comments. I love them. So I want to paint a picture for you, okay? Let me see. Mackenzie says yes. Awesome. This might be you. You're an entrepreneur. You've got a few clients. Your income is starting to flow and you feel really good. But in reality, what ends up happening is you're working harder and more hours than you've ever imagined. You're still spending days doing the businessy and admin-y things rather than the stuff that you love and the stuff that you're really good at. And the reality of running a business, like truly running a legit business, is starting to weigh on you. And you think to yourself, I want more money. I want more freedom. I want more clients, but there's no clear path. Luna says, definitely. Luna, yeah, Luna says definitely, but there's no clear path on exactly how to get there, right? You're already sacrificing so much. Pouring more work into your already overloaded plate is impossible and not sustainable, right? Like taking on more clients when you're already overloaded is not going to be possible and definitely not sustainable for you. But you want more. You want more time, you want more money, you want more freedom. But how do you do it? You certainly can't create more hours in a day, right? I guess you could raise your rates, but even then, your income is going to be capped at some point along the line because you can only serve so many clients in a given day or in a given week or even in a given month. And that doesn't really sound like a life that anybody wants to be living, right? Don't you think so? You're amazing at what you do. You are skilled. People are willing to pay a premium for your services, but you can't take a day off. So what do? You feel stressed out. You can't take a day away from your business for fear of losing revenue, losing clients, or missing out on opportunities. So then what happens? You begin to feel resentful towards your business, towards your clients, and towards even making that decision of becoming an entrepreneur in the first place. How many of us have ever felt like that? And it's okay if you have, because like this is a safe space, you guys. I have totally felt that way. I was in this exact place only 2 years ago. So I want to share a little bit about myself. Hi, everyone. I'm Jillian Kendrick, your sales and marketing automation strategist. I'm the founder of the Mama Entrepreneur Success Society, or the MESS, as I like to call it, because as we all know, if you're a parent, owning a business, being a parent can get a little messy. I've owned an agency for 8 years. I've been working as a virtual assistant prior to that. I'm the creator of the Momentum Method, which you're going to learn about today. But my favorite job title in the entire world is being mama to my little 18-month-old boy. And I loved him so much. I'm so grateful that he's napping right now because I get to do this and be here with you guys. And he's not going to be screaming in the background, which is great. I remember how I told you I was in the exact same situation only 2 years ago? I want to share that story with you right now. So my husband and I found out that we were pregnant in the summer of 2019. And at the time, my business was doing pretty well. My reality was, though, that I, and only me, I was the bottleneck in every aspect of my business. I was working 12 to 16 hours a day, eating lunch during meetings, trolling Facebook groups, desperate for more clients, when in actuality, I had no business taking on more clients because I was holding my head above water, barely managing the ones that I already had. And here's the catch, though. I had a team. I had a team that did a lot of this work for me, but I was managing every client. I was managing every project. There were no systems. There was honestly little to no automation, even in my own business, even though I was running an automation agency, right? Classic story of the cobbler's children have no shoes. This is even true in my own personal life, right? Like my dad worked on cars for years. You want to know whose car he did not work on? Ours. And it just happens. We get busy, life happens, I totally get it. So I was the project manager. I was the sales team. I was the accountant. I was the collection agency. I was the tester. I was the builder. I was the HR manager. I was the CEO, the COO, the CFO. And I either played a role or I either played the entire role or I played part in every role of the business. And it was beyond clear that my business was held together with gum and duct tape. And the reality was I was exhausted. Even though we were successful, I felt like a failure every single day. And I didn't go into business for this, right? I didn't go into business to be stuck at my desk, constantly feeling like I was never keeping up. Can anybody relate to this? Yeah, Kathy knows. Even organizers need to organize their business. Exactly. Even automators need to automate their business. Even therapists need to go to therapy, right? Like we all, we can all relate to that for sure. So I was pregnant with our first baby and had no idea what being a new parent was going to be like. But I realized very quickly that I had 2 due dates. I had one due date for this baby to be born, and I had one due date for my business to be able to run and survive without me. And I knew if I was going to take any semblance of a maternity leave, that I would have to automate and delegate myself out of my own business. Let me repeat that. I had to automate and delegate myself out of my own business, right? Like no more managing projects, no more heavy client interaction, no more desperation of trolling through social media looking for people. I had to get myself out of my business. And that's exactly what I did. I spent my entire pregnancy preparing the business for my eventual departure. And my only goal was that what I built was going to sustain the business until I could come back in a few short months. Because my idea was like, oh, I'm Wonder Woman. Like I've owned a business. Like I used to play ice hockey on an all guys team. Like I'm a tough lady. Like I'll totally rock like this pregnancy and childbirth thing, blah, 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 and just bounce back. That is not the case. But like I said, I ended up taking a 15-month maternity leave, including, COVID and some other things. But the best part was not only did my business sustain itself and the systems and automation that I put in place carried the business through that time, but we actually nearly tripled our revenue. And while I was off learning how to be a mama and change diapers and playing with my baby, we were actually having $30,000 plus months. And I was working 10 hours or less. I was working when he would nap or a little bit in the evening if I had to. And it was awesome. It was unbelievable to take a step back and recognize that by eliminating myself through automation and delegation, I was actually able to make more money than if I stood there manipulating and controlling the entire process. Does that make sense to everybody? Give me some comments, give me some love. So let's do a little bit of math. I could either kill myself working 16 hours a day, never see my son, making some money, right? It wasn't half bad. Or I could work a couple hours a day, be a fully present mama, and make multiple 6 figures. Which would you choose? Comment, let me know. Which would you rather do? I hope you don't say the 16 hours or else we need to talk. But it wasn't even about working less hours, at least for me, because I loved working. I loved what I did, but it was about taking the hours that I was available and making them work. Luna says 16 for sure. It was about taking the hours that I was working and making those hours work for me, making the most out of the little bit of time that I could spend on the business while managing a newborn, getting rid of all those other tasks and to-dos that were weighing me down and could easily be solved by simple automation. And honestly, there's no way that I could have had the kind of growth that we did without automation. Like there's no way. And do you want to know how we did it? Chat yes in the comments. If not, this is going to be a short webinar, y'all. Tell me, yes. All right, so let's dive in. Very cool. Everything I teach is based on a 3-pillable principle of business growth: software, strategy, and accountability. But before we can talk about software, before we can talk about like any of these, we need to talk about what's actually going on in your business right now, because I can't fix, and none of us can fix things that we don't know are broken. And we might even know that they're broken or have this like gut feeling that they're broken, but without physically writing them down on pen and paper or typing them out, speaking them into existence, we cannot fix what we don't know is broken unless we map out the process, right? So right now, before we get like too deep into the momentum formula and all of that, I want you to take a minute and write down the steps in your business from add to sale, or from sale to close, or from someone first showing interest all the way down to making that sale with them. Excuse me. Yeah, so just take a minute and see if you can physically write out, what are those steps? How do you bring them in? What do you do? How or when do they convert or buy? What happens next? I'm going to grab some water. You guys take a minute and write it down. Okay, so here's the reality, is that most business owners can't. Most business owners know they get customers or they get interest, they sell those people, and they think that that's it, right? They think that's like the end of the process. And most business owners don't know how to find leads. They don't know the process of making sales, and they give their customers what they bought, and that's it, right? Like I hand you your product or I fulfill on that service and that's it, without giving, and like without giving too much away, you know, could you right now list those steps? Some of us can, but I'll be honest, when I have these coaching calls, most business owners cannot name those steps, or they can name one or two, and that's all right. I'm here to teach you my momentum method, and it's all like branded, right? Momentum mom, I'm a mama. It's all beautiful. I love it. So my momentum method, this is the framework that I use for every single client that we help in our agency. It's the framework that I teach to all my coaching students. And it's actually the exact same system that I use every time I go to launch a system or a product or a workshop. If I'm going to speak at a live event, this is the framework and system that I use. So let's walk through each of these, and I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. All right. This is how you bring in, this is, well, let me rephrase. This is the entire, let's call it a life cycle, so to speak, but this is the process that you need to go through as a business owner. This is the journey. This is the steps. This is the stuff. This is how you bring clients in, nurture them, get them to buy, and then deliver on that promise. So let's follow through and walk through each and every one of those steps. And in the back of your mind, be thinking about, okay, I can automate this, and okay, cool, I can automate that, right? So the very first step is attraction. How do we drum up interest? How do we get people interested and excited in our business? And for some of you, it might be a coupon. For some of you, it might be a lead magnet. It might be a webinar, just like this one. It might be a free offer. Maybe you go to like a lunch and learn. Maybe you're part of, an organization or something, but you have to find a way to attract interest and to bring those leads into your business in one way or another, whether you do it manually, whether you do it automated, whether you do both. I do both. Highly recommend both. The next step is you have to capture them, right? You have to capture their information. You need to collect their email address, their name, maybe their phone number. Maybe if you're in real estate, you want to capture more, right? Maybe you want to capture like their address, something like that. But you need a place to actually grab this information and collect that information from your leads and prospects. And you need a place to be able to store all of that data, because, you know, doing it on notepads and spreadsheets and I don't know what that was, having a stack of business cards on your desk, or even like handing off a stack of business cards to your assistant, is not the way, you guys. It's very, I don't know, 1990s way of doing business. Yes, stack of business cards is the stack of shame. Exactly. I love that. I'm totally going to use that, Kathy. I love it. But you need a place to collect. And okay, bye, Douglas. See you soon. You need a place to collect and grab all of that information in one place, right? And then what do? Once you have their attention, you have their email address, or you have a way or method of interacting and connecting with that person, whether it's through, you know, email, telephone, text message, social media, whatever it is, you need to then start to develop that relationship and to nurture that relationship through whatever method or means is appropriate for your business and is basically like requested by that person. Does that all make sense? You guys following me? Cool. So you're nurturing that person, you're building those relationships. And when I say person, I'm talking just on like an individual level, but start to think about not the one-to-one conversation, but the one-to-many. How do we duplicate this and magnify this so that you're not just talking to one client or one prospect, but you're talking to 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 or 100,000 all at one time. None of us, no matter how many hours in the day there are, no matter how big of a team we have, none of us realistically could manually follow up and email and text message every single person and every single lead, right? Like even for my business, for our agency, we really don't need a lot of leads. We really don't. Like our clients tend to stick with us long term. And so for us to grow and have a multiple six-figure business, like we really don't need a whole lot of leads. But I'm so busy doing other things, doing coaching, doing training, speaking at events, doing other stuff, that it would be impossible for me to even follow up with one or two leads without automating the process so that nothing falls through the cracks and you begin to develop that relationship with those people, right? So you need to have a way to nurture and develop that relationship. Next, we need to convert them. We need to sell them. We need to make them an offer that is appropriate for who they are, where they are in their business, what they've got going on, and what their needs are, right? But then most people kind of think like, okay, you get leads, okay, you nurture them or whatever, and then you sell them, and then that's it. But that's only like halfway through the process. Let me explain. Once you convert them, once they buy, then the next step is delivering an amazing experience or an incredible product that you and only you have the expertise to deliver in your own personal way, right? And then we want to upsell them, or we want to collect referrals, or we want to collect testimonials. And then this whole thing, it really shouldn't be linear. It should be circular because it's a very cyclical experience. You bring someone in based on their need or their pain point. You capture their information. You begin to nurture them and provide them value. You convert them or you sell them. You give them an amazing, wow, delivered experience, right? Who's having some epiphanies? Let me see some hands. Give me some comments. and then you upsell them, you ask for referrals, you ask for testimonials, and then the whole thing starts back again. Does that make sense? And what's amazing is you're giving them the opportunity to buy no matter what time of day it is, no matter what time zone they're in. As a US based business, it would be really hard for me to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning delivering on services and providing solutions for like Australian clients. But I can do that through means of automation. And then I can have more opportunities with other clients that I otherwise would never have a chance to get in front of, right? And it's all because of the power of automation. And it's about being there for them and being there for that person when they're ready to buy, not necessarily when you are ready to sell. You need to make offers, but they're only going to buy when they're there and when they're ready, right? So now, gold. Yes, Kathy, thank you. So now I want you to compare your original list of like your method or your process to my momentum method. Where do you see holes? And you can comment them in the chat if you'd like, but where do you see holes in your business? Where do you see that things are missing, that you have pieces that you need to have? Maybe, there's a few ways that you can do things a little bit better than the way that you're doing them right now. And I'm totally sure that a few of you feel a bit overwhelmed, like, hey, I thought she was going to tell us that like automation is easy, but I just see another mountain of work, right? I see like, okay, setting up forms, setting up order forms, being able to like build a website, writing all of these endless amounts of emails, creating order forms, processing credit cards, like I'm just trying to keep my head above water, delivering on the products and services that I already have. Like, how could I possibly do all of this, right? But that's where the power of automation comes in. And I want you to know that it's totally okay to feel that way, because here's why. Like, here's what's happened to you. You probably started your business making sales through foot traffic, with friends and family, on social media, through referrals. Maybe someone DMs you on social and you follow up from there. And chances are, especially if you're watching this right now, that you started your business without all of this automation goodness in place. Am I right? Well, that kind of business is very reactionary, and it's very dependent on variables. Yeah, I should rephrase that. It's reactionary, and it is dependent on variables that are completely out of your control. You're leaving a ton of money on the table because you're missing out on the relationship building and the trust building and all of the things that will actually put dollars into your pocket. The entire momentum method that I go through in much more depth in my automation momentum starter kit will show you each step, each email, each notification, each reminder, every follow-up, every form, that 100% can be fully automated so that you control every single step. Because here's the reality of your business, whether you know it or not, you are in charge of determining how you want clients to receive experiences from you. And you build that relationship with them through those experiences. And you, and only you as the business owner, dictate how you want to run your business. And whether you are in control of it or not, they are going through a relationship. Every time you forget to email, that's a drop in the relationship bucket. Every time you follow up and deliver an amazing experience, that's another drop in that, or deposit in that relationship bucket or that relationship account. And if you're not controlling the process, then you're leaving it to chance, or you're leaving it to your own memory, or you're leaving it to some kind of undocumented process to do that work for you rather than dictating and controlling how you want to build that relationship with your customer. If you want to call them at a certain step, if you want to automate a task for yourself to call them, if you never want to pick up the phone again, cool, set up email reminders, or maybe video could be your thing. But there's nothing wrong with automating the entire process as long as it is personal and it is in your voice, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with having automated or having automation that reminds you of manual pieces. Maybe you want to make a phone call. Maybe you want to send a thank you card. Maybe you want to do something that's manual that we can't automate. And that's totally fine, but you can automate reminding them once you get to that point. Maybe you want to send them a text message or something like that. You can automate that process, right? And this is what I teach all of my coaching students. And this is the momentum methodology that my team uses every time we work with a client in our agency. And let me tell you, it works. It's worked for roofing contract. Like this is you guys, these are the clients that we've had that automation has worked for. We've worked with roofing contractors, orthodontists, bakeries, lawyers, doctors, therapists, coaches, authors, consultants, just to name a few. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart that because I've spent a decade doing this, that I know it will work for you. I know automation can work no matter what kind of business you have. Imagine you're doing some of these things manually. And if you're on this call, I'm sure you are. If not, you're doing most of it manually, or chances are you're skipping a step or two because things are falling through the cracks. You work so hard to bring in new leads, or you pay so much money to run ads and to, only to have all of these leads or some of these leads fall through the cracks because of a broken system, or a system that you know in the back of your mind that doesn't actually exist in automation or on pen and paper. But the good news is, with automation, you don't have to be the person attracting every single lead. You don't have to be manually collecting their data. You don't have to manually follow up if you don't want to, or if that's not part of your sales process. And they can purchase on their own time. Your products and services can be delivered without you. And once they love the value that you're bringing them, you can automatically ask for those referrals and testimonials. And by automating the entire process, it will work for 1, 5, 10, 100, 1,000, or even 100,000 customers or more at any given time. This is equally a one-to-one solution as well as a one-to-many solution, right? Are you guys seeing it? Those cogs are starting to turn. Yeah. So what you need in your business, and I truly believe that this is possible because it was everything for me only 2 years ago, you need a set it and forget it way of doing business, not a business that depends on foot traffic. I mean, think about it. You spend a few hours setting up the process, writing emails, and then it works for you. It works for you in the background for forever. Does that make sense to everyone? Comment yes in the chat. Are you starting to see how unscalable your manually operated business is currently, and how you can leverage automation to scale and serve hundreds of thousands of clients and customers all at once, leaving you to do what you do best, doing the work that you love, that you're passionate about, and having the ability to serve clients at the absolute highest level because you've taken yourself out of that minutia? Comment yes in the chat if you see how powerful this stuff is. Yes, exactly. It is so, so powerful. Awesome. Well, now I want to walk you through the software element of the automation that we covered in our momentum method strategy. So let's talk a little bit about software. I have used you guys, every system out there. I really mean every single system. I have used MailChimp, Constant Contact, Monday, 17 Hats, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, Visita, Kajabi, Pipedrive, Zoho, blah, 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 blah. I've literally used all of them. And I can honestly tell you that Keep is the only software that I recommend in almost 99.99% of situations with entrepreneurs and service businesses. Which is why I love it so much. Keep is my employee that, oops, I told you guys I'm so bad at slides. Keep is my employee that I spend less than $200 a month on, actually even less than that. And it does everything I tell it to do. It does everything in one place. It doesn't complain. It doesn't have a sick day. It doesn't say, oh, I don't want to do that. You know, it is like literally every single business on the planet needs Keep and needs automation. So now before you run to Google and type in Keep and do the whole thing, hold on a second. Let me tell you that as a certified partner with them, because this is how much I love them, this is how much I believe in them, I have used and paid for their software for years, and I truly believe in it to the point that I've partnered with them to do this. As a partner, I can get you special pricing on Keep that you cannot get from direct sales or from their website. So hang on just a second and I will share all the goodies with you. And actually, if you haven't done so already, I want you to register for their free trial. Let me pop that link in the chat here just a second. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead and sign up for their free trial and we're going to walk through, you know, some stuff, but I want to make sure that you guys get access to that as well. Now I got to move all my stuff around. Here we go. And while you're doing that, let me show you. Told you I'm so bad at slides, you guys. While you're doing that, let me show you what makes Keep so amazing. On top of the incredible automation that we've been talking about today, Keep also comes with so many other amazing features. It comes with a dedicated business phone line. It comes with booking links and appointments. It comes with SMS and text message marketing capabilities. It comes with a dedicated CRM or contact relationship management software. It comes with automated tasks, a sales pipeline so that you can build out that momentum method and see where everyone is in the sales process. It comes with reporting, email marketing, the ability to take payments and process credit cards. And let me tell you, it's all mobile friendly. Keep is amazing, and I literally cannot live without it. So let me tell you guys, 10 or more years ago, before Keep was around or mainstream, so to speak, a business owner would have to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month on individual software and connect all of them together. But now with just a few dollars a day by using Keep, you have all of this amazing functionality and automation literally at your fingertips. So comment in the chat for me, please. Who here needs to book appointments, right? Like who gives free consultation, books appointments, like who does all of that? I'm sure all of us do. Yep, Michelle does, Kathy does. Yep. Who here needs, oh, I told you guys I'm so bad at slides. Who here needs to run payments, right? Like, let's just say it. Let's just all be honest for a minute. If you're doing something and putting money and energy into something, I have two Kathys on here. That's awesome. Hi, two Kathys. You guys are great. If you're doing something and you're putting energy towards it and investing in it and you're not, right? Like you're not making money, that's a hobby, not a business. Let's just all be honest. So we all need to book appointments. We all need to run payments. What about like who here wouldn't benefit from a dedicated business phone line and stop giving their personal cell phone number away to clients. I cannot tell you how long I've done this and how many times I was like in Target or in the middle of something or whatever, right? Where like a client would call me after hours and I felt like compelled. I felt like I had to answer that phone, and it's not good with work-life balance for sure. So comment yes in the chat if you think a business phone line, like a dedicated business phone line that you can actually like turn on and off, which is pretty cool. Comment and let me know yes if you would benefit from that in your business. Now make sure that you're signed up for the free trial, because I'm going to show you something in just a second that is going to completely blow your mind. So we've talked about software, we've talked about strategy, and the last pillar of the momentum method is accountability. Having done this for 10 years and having worked with every type of client, from a multi-million-dollar coaching clients all the way down to, you know, a therapist just starting and opening their practice for the very first time. We've worked with CPAs and accountants. We've worked with travel pet groomers, orthodontists, like financial advisors, like the list goes on. 10 years in this business, and I've literally seen it all. And the number one thing I've learned about clients who adopt and grow versus clients who, you know, attend webinars like this, get all of like the warm feelies and fuzzy feelies, but then go and leave the webinar and go back to the grind, is that nothing ever changes. And the thing that separates those who grow from those who don't is accountability. It's about getting stuff done. Am I right? If we don't have a plan, when we're putting all of this action towards building momentum, you will go nowhere. Every entrepreneur is guilty of this. We put our needs and our dreams and our goals last all the time. You're giving away the farm, you're making promises to, you know, leads or clients or customers in the hopes of building that reciprocity for future clients or for future business, only to find more looky-loos than people who are actually reaching for their wallet. But when you have a plan in place, when you can follow up with a clear path, and you've got someone guiding you every step of the way, it gets easier and you can implement faster. And once you start feeling that experience of how automation can transform your business, the possibilities are literally endless. Does that make sense to everyone? Give me some comments, let me know. And how are you guys feeling? Is anyone overwhelmed? Like, I know we went over a lot. I know we went over a ton of stuff in a short amount of time. And look, here's the, oh, I really am so bad at slides, you guys. Oh my gosh. And here's the deal. I'm sure that you're ready, right? Like, I know that you want to jump off this webinar and start automating immediately, but here's what typically happens. Like, all of that excitement quickly turns into overwhelm of like, how did she do that? Or what does this button do? Or, you know, what's that thing again? Which button do I click? How do I carve out time to write so many emails? And the list goes on to build all of this stuff for yourself, while you're also trying to simultaneously manage and maintain or grow your existing business. There's so many moving parts, and you don't know what to do first. So the reality is you end up doing nothing. You get sucked back into your business, and maybe a month goes by, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months goes by, and nothing is happening because you're all alone and you're missing. And if you're missing one of those 3 pillars, the software, the strategy, and the accountability, then it all comes falling down. Maybe you get keep, that would be cool, but software is only as good as what you tell it to do, right? Like, you can buy a treadmill. how many of us have done this? You can buy a treadmill, but if it just sits there collecting dust, then it's no different than buying a software for your business that you don't implement, right? Like, why do people do that? Why do we do that to ourselves? And the truth is because we lack support, we lack accountability, we lack that kick in the pants, that live interaction, the community, the trainings, and those bite-sized actionable steps every single week that get you from where you are now to where you need to be to truly grow your business the way that you wanted to in the first place. So what if you could have access to everything you need to run your business all in one place? How much further would you be? And imagine how much more you could get done if you had access to the support that you needed, the accountability, and had someone to walk you through every single step of the way so that you aren't left in the dark, you aren't all alone. And if you're like, hey, tech isn't really my thing, that's the support that you'll get when you join the Automation Momentum Starter Kit. So you'll get access when you join the when you join the Automation Momentum Starter Kit, you're going to get access to my 5-day automation onboarding challenge, where I walk you through and virtually hold your hand every single step of the way. You're going to get lifetime access to all of my group coaching calls once a month. You're going to get my automation vault, which is my vault of a ton of like different videos and different strategies and things that I've seen over the years, troubleshooting tips, all of that. And if you're not a very techie person, I will literally show you how to do everything because I am techie. But here's the deal, guys. Like I don't have a degree in marketing. I don't have, and maybe it shows, but I don't have a degree in marketing. I don't have a degree in business. Like I have a liberal arts degree and was supposed to like be a musician. I learned all of this on my own through hard work and through the dedication of a decade of being in this industry. If I can do it, truly, I promise you that you can do it as well. And I will be there holding your hand every single step of the way. I want to give you my client attraction system so you can start collecting leads immediately. I want to give you my 5 done for you, like completely ready to go, plug and play, out of the box automation campaigns, so that if you don't want to like write a ton of emails, you're not thrilled about tech, you don't really want to learn a new system, I will do all of that for you. You're going to have 2 live Q&A calls with me, not some rando coach, not somebody else that I like, pawn you off on. You're going to have me for 2 Q&A calls. So you get as much accountability and as much support as you need to get your individual questions answered. And everything here is valued at over nearly $18,000. And I want to show you some testimonials of people that we've worked with over the years. And this is really just like a small collection of what we've done. Oh, very valuable. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Heather had an amazing experience. Avilio and Lori were such a pleasure to work with. Larita Jarvis said, everything is so much easier when Jillian is on the phone with me. And that is the value, just a little glimpse of the value that I'm going to bring to you when you join the Automation Momentum Starter Kit. So not only do you get all of my emails, all of my campaigns, the entire video vault, my onboarding walkthrough, my lifetime group coaching, and as a bonus, I'm going to give you a free ticket to my Automation Momentum Live, my live event that I'll be hosting hopefully next year. If not, we'll see when, all of this is over. But remember, the one thing that business owners fail to do is to follow up, right? So if you're like me and you groan at the idea of just writing email after email, if the idea of writing what we call a long-term nurture, like a 1 year worth of email nurture, sounds like pulling teeth. I totally get it. I know it's hard. It's hard to make time to write all of that. It's hard to know what to say. It's hard to know how to start those conversations. So I'm going to include as a bonus my 10 inbox busting must have email templates, and I'll give you my 20-point conversation starter worksheet. All of that is going to be valued at over $19,000. And I usually sell this, like all of this is included for only $2,000, only $19.97, and it sells on my website every single day. But I want to make this a crazy no-brainer offer for you to get started in automation right here and right now. You're also going to get Keep. You're going to get the SMS marketing, the CRM, the automation, all of the email marketing, the calendar, the booking links and the appointments, the dedicated business line, the ability to text message and email and follow up with people. You're going to get all of that. And you guys, that's only like 99 bucks a month. And let me tell you, that deal, not only is that deal only good through me as a certified partner, but that deal is only going to be good like today. I think at the end of the month, they are no longer running that deal and you have to buy through me to get that. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle, no problem. So let me recap. This normally sells on my website every single day for nearly $2,000. I want to make it just an absolute crazy, insane no-brainer for you guys to get started in automation right now, today, immediately. And everything, all of this is going to be half off, but only for today. So you get my automation campaigns, you get the Q&As with me, the lifetime access, the clients, you get everything for half off, literally only today. And what's even amazing, thanks, Kathy. What's even amazing, and I'm going to post the link for you guys to buy right now. What's even more amazing is that Keep is running a really, really special deal right now, like only for you guys. And you can get it for 50% off for 4 months. So you'd normally pay like 99 bucks a month. You get half off right now for 4 whole months. So from now until next year, you guys, you only have to pay half for Keep and half for my amazing automation momentum starter kit. So I posted the link in the chat. Go ahead and grab it right now. This deal is only going to be good until the end of the day. I want to make sure that this is an absolute like crazy no-brainer for you guys to get started in automation. And if for any reason $1,000, like I get it, some of us do not have $1,000 collecting dust, sitting around waiting to be spent. I get it. When you click on that link that I posted in the chat, I'm also going to include lots of different payment options. So you can do like a 12 pay or a 3 pay, or like, I don't know, there's a bunch of them in there, but whatever you feel comfortable with your budget, I want to make sure that this is just a crazy, like no-brainer, must have, jump on board right now today, so that you guys can get started leveraging the power of automation right here and right now. Oops, I'm going to stop sharing. So that's everything I've got. That's my whole presentation. Thank you guys so much for your time. Make sure you grab that link. I will stick around for a few more minutes. Thanks, Kathy. I'll stick around for a few minutes and answer any questions if I can. I'll grab some water first.